Hi everyone, it's Lehman with Lace Covered Skies. I'm here today to continue working on the retro journals, and let me show you what I've done since the last time. So let me show you. Okay. We are going to pick pages or distribute the pages, but I don't know if I'm going to do it in this video. So let me go ahead and just kind of like make it not so messy. All right. So last time I went through and I cut out different, for the pages that I'm not using the whole page of, I cut out the pictures that I wanted to use and I glued them onto this craft paper here because I figured that the paper was thick enough that it didn't need to be put on file folder. So this is what I have. And I just glued it on. And then I'm going to go through and cut them out. So I have those sheets right there. And then I also have these ones that I showed before. And they have been sewn. So I sewed that one. And the glue stick that I use, it's a pretty wet glue stick, so it causes it to curve a little bit, but it's not too bad. I'm still trying to decide if I love that glue stick. It's very easy to use, that's why I like it, but because it's wet, it does cause a little bit of curving. Not too much though, as you can see. Like it's a slight curve. But I'm really liking the way the pink goes with the ad, the vintage ad, and then the little bit of green that the thread adds in there. Alright, so let me go ahead and just cut the threads real quick, I guess, since I'm showing you guys anyways. So what I'm trying to do with all of this ephemera is just make a whole bunch, and then once I have a lot of ephemera made, I'm just going to compile them or literally put them in a pile and decide what I want to do with each one. I already have an idea of what I want to include in the journal, which elements, but I think I'm going to have a lot more ephemera than what I have planned for the journal. So I'm just going to cut these threads. You guys can take a look at the ads that I've decided to use. I love this one. I actually would like one of these. It's a curve board, the new curved slanting board. And I guess it's one of those things where it kind of makes you go upside down, and it's supposedly good for, I'm not sure what it's good for, but I would guess it's good for circulation maybe. I think that would be cool to have. Now some of these are really big, so that's another thing I'm going to have to think about, because I usually make pretty big journals, but I don't think these ones are going to end up being too big, or at least not the majority of them, because the majority of them will be the size of a sewing pattern. So this piece right here belongs with this. It talks about these, it's called an exercycle, and they're bikes that people used to use, I guess. I really like including the little information pieces or the articles that go with the pictures, because they're usually really interesting to read through. Okay, these were sewn before. I don't know what it is with me. I don't know if it's that I can't cut straight or I can't sew straight, because I feel like my sewing, I guess if you look closely, you can see how it's not completely straight. But I do not know what it is. Like, it's crooked. I don't know if you guys can see that. I guess if you're flipping through a journal, you can't really tell. But I definitely don't think I could be like a seamstress or something. Because when you're making clothes, things need to be so perfect for the fit to be right. Alright, so there's those. And I tried sewing one of these recipe cards. I usually glue them. And I'm trying to decide if I like it like this. So I'm going to have to experiment with that. Alright, so there's those. And I think I'm going to distribute pages. So let me show you the stacks that I have so far. Okay, this thread is seriously stuck. I'm trying to throw this away. All right. So, oh my God, my heater is on and it is seriously burning up in here. All right. So I have 6 stacks. Here's one. You're not going to be able to see it all in the frame. Here's 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So I'm going to first go ahead and divide these up. These are just going to stay as full pages. So I'm just going to go ahead and put them in front of the one, and I'm not being picky, I'm just sticking it in there. Alright, now they're going to get one of each of these, also with the diagrams. Sometimes if the stack that I'm distributing has good pictures and bad pages, I'll try to even them out by giving If this one got a good page the first time, I'll give it a bad page the second time. But these are pretty much even. All right, and I have these. So I'm just gonna keep distributing. All right, let's go through one stack. So I have this. It's like a smaller book. I have some magazine pages in here. Now, I've been calling these journals sewing journals, but I think I'm gonna have to make it like a sewing / fashion journal because I'm not sticking to one period. And it's more fashion now. So these are the pages that have gone in here. I should actually count them. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. 22 pages. So there's 22 pages so far, and I do 2 signatures. That's going to be 11 pages each. But I think I'm going to add some more of these pages in here. And these are digitals from TaylorMade Journal. They're vintage wallpaper digitals. And I love them. I printed them on front and back. So I am thinking that I'm going to end up having 3 signatures. So I did some in cardstock and some on regular paper. And I'm going to go ahead and separate the cardstock out because I think I want these to be the signature, like that, the first page in the signature. These papers are just really pretty. I think it's prettier than scrapbook paper. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but just so pretty. I'll show you in the cardstock. So I printed this on cream cardstock. So that's why it has like a cream tint to it. And these are old wallpapers, all of them. This one. I'm not sure if my printer printed that correctly, but I love this green. And this one I printed onto white cardstock so you can see the difference. White cardstock and cream cardstock. I like them both. See, I printed the same one like front and back. Like, whoops. I always do things like that. But I think it's fine. This is that green one on cream cardstock. So it has a little bit of a different look. but I'm thinking there's going to be 3 signatures in each journal, and I think I want these floral papers for each of the signatures. So that's 3 times 6 is 18, right? I think I did my math correctly. And I don't think I have 18 here. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. So I need 8 more, which I still need to trim down. So let me leave that to the side. Now let's see how many of these I have. I have 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Well, these I have 18, but they're not going to be the front page of the signature because they're just regular copy paper. And I think I'm going to put 2 of each of these within the signature. Or one, I'm just going to start with 1. Well, 1 in each signature. So I need 1 per. So I'm going to need 3 each. If I put 3 each, that's 22, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28 pages total. Okay. Sorry, I'm like calculating here, but let me just go ahead and distribute these. And then I'll figure out the details later. So I'm just trying not to have the same ones in here. But if it's the same, I don't really mind. It just all kind of blends in anyways, as long as it's not identical. All right, so that's gonna go in here. I think that's gonna make it like feminine. Here's 1. I have a lot of these green flower pages. That's 2. And I mean, that's green back there, but that's fine. So that's gonna go in here. I'm not trying to make super thick journals. I think I make signatures pretty thick. So I'm hoping it's not going to go overboard. Because if I have 28 pages, and I really don't have any plain papers in here yet, like ledger paper or things like that, and I add those in, I don't know if it's going to be too thick. Well, there's identical ones, but that's just the way it is. So there's that. And then this last signature, I'm gonna have to cut or trim down 8 more of these floral ones, and then divide them up. But that's what I have so far. So far that's what's going in one journal. Let's say I have 30 pages. That's going to be 3 signatures of 10 pages each. I'll have to think about that. All right. Now, I wanted to kind of start working on these. So I'm just going to start cutting a little, like some of these out. I'm curious to see how thick it is. And I want to see how curvy this is as well. I think I just cut that one crooked. Okay, you can see that it's curving a little bit, I think, right? But it's pretty, like, malleable, I would say. And the craft paper just gives this green background, which I think is cool. I did that so that I wouldn't have to worry about it being too, like, stark white. But I'm liking the way it's turning out. Like, it's good for a journaling card. It's probably not thick enough to be a pocket, but I think it's pretty good for a journaling card. I'm gonna have to experiment, of course, and see what I want to do with them. But yeah, so that's where I'm at with these journals. I'm gonna, once I go off camera, I'm probably going to work on these. I need to back them onto cardstock, and then I need to cut these out and decide what exactly I'm gonna do with them. Sometimes I go back to my previous journals to, like, remind myself of what I liked from those journals. So I think I'm gonna do that. And I'm gonna have to cut some more of these. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed seeing what I'm doing with these, like what direction I'm going in right now. I know I'm kind of low energy right now. I'm just kind of, trying to take it slow and everything. But I hope you enjoyed. I hope you crafted along with me. And I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up down below. If you want to see more videos from me, please consider subscribing to my channel. Thank you so much for watching today, and I will talk to you next time. Bye, everyone.